Hello YouTube, TECHISMASONxx here, and Apple just had their event where they announced the new MacBook Pros, the new Mac Pro, the new iPads and all. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a recap. Let's get to it. So I'm just going to go through a quick overview of what was announced today and what you really should know about it and everything that you should get out of it. So let's go ahead and get started. Now I'm not going to talk about everything that they were talking about in today's event, like the extra apps, iLife being free, their statistics being high. I'm just going to talk about what everything is interested in, and the first thing that they talked about was X Mavericks. And X Mavericks is the new update on Mac OS X, and now they leaving Mountain Lion to Mavericks. And they have some better things where you have a longer battery life. If you have a MacBook Pro and you install this on there, they have it where everything is more power efficient. So you get an extra hour battery life, and that is a lot for just an upgrade OS. And when you think about it, it's free. And now I bet some people out there are still going to say that it's overpriced because it's Apple. But those are just the haters. But yeah, X Mavericks, I'm going to be updating to that in a minute on my Hackintosh that I have back there with that good looking Camaro on there. That's my dream car if you guys didn't know. But yes, X Mavericks was released, and that was the first thing that they talked about. The next thing that they talked about was the new MacBooks, and they announced a new thinner and lighter 13-inch MacBook Pro, and the price is lower, $200 lower than the last one that they announced. And it's $1,299, so basically $1,300. It has a new Haswell processor. It's 3.46 pounds lighter. Yeah, that's a lot. And it's 0.71 inches thin, so it got much thinner. And yeah, it's good now that it has a Retina display, and the price is much cheaper, so I think that it's a good buy if you're going to be buying it. But if you want to buy an old one and not have a Retina display, they still have it on the website, the non-Retina display MacBook, but now they're going towards Retina display on all their products. They did this one. They also announced the 15-inch MacBook Pro for $700 more at $2,000 or $1,999. And it has the Intel Crystal Well 4th generation quad-core CPU, which is good for video editing. And it has 9 hours of battery life. Basically everything that the 13-inch MacBook Pro has, just a few updated specs. And now the thing that I was kind of mainly excited for was the new Mac Pros. And I'm not sure if I'm going to talk about everything because there's a lot about it that I'm interested in, but I'm just going to give a quick overview. I was thinking about making a new video just explaining just the MacBook Pros, but I'm still deciding if I'm going to do that or not. But basically, it has a new Xeon chip from Intel. It has either 6 cores, 8 cores, or 12 cores. You can choose which one. It has 1866 megahertz memory, up to 64 gigabytes of memory. That's a lot. It has up to 12 gigabytes of video memory. That's a lot. It has up to, it can have up to 3 4K displays. And if you don't know, 4K displays is the new higher HD over 1080p, and it's very high def if you guys don't know. But 4K, it can support up to 3 of them on this one computer. It has a 1 terabyte flash drive or SSD with up to 1 gigabyte a second read and write speeds, which is amazing. It's hard to believe, but yeah, it's pretty amazing. It has a quad-core CPU at 3.7 gigahertz, and it's available in December starting at $229.99. I wish it was $200. So yeah, it starts at $3,000. That's a pretty high price, but according to the specs, it is kind of worth it. But for me, I probably would never get it because I can go ahead and build a Hackintosh for about, I'll say, half the price with the same specs. So yeah, I'm actually going to be doing a guide to tell you guys what parts you can use to get a better Hackintosh for these specs, instead of just going out and spending $3,000 for this Mac Pro, where you can just build your Hackintosh and have the same specs or even better for half the price. But another thing that I was mainly interested in was the new iPads, and the new thing that they were talking about was the iPad Air. Everyone thought it was going to be the iPad 5 or the new iPad. We really didn't expect it to name it the iPad Air. So now that they named it the iPad Air, it's kind of a new line in the iPads, and basically it has the same 9.7 inch Retina display. It's 7.5 millimeters thinner. That's 20% thinner than it was on the iPad 4. It looks like the iPad mini now. If you can't see from the back, it looks just like the iPad mini. It's available in silver and space gray colors. It's 1 pound now. I think the last one was like 1.20 pounds or something like that. It weighs 1 pound now, and it's available on November 1st. So you can go and get it now. If I didn't tell you the shipping date on the MacBook Pros, they both ship today, and on the Mac Pros they start shipping in December. But yes, the new iPad Air starts to ship in November 1st. And last but definitely not least, we finally got the Retina iPad mini. And now the iPad mini got some good specs upgraded according to the... It just got some good specs upgraded. First of all, it has the new Retina display, which is the problem that was on the iPad mini. The first generation was that it didn't have a Retina display, but now that Apple has added it, we basically knew that they were going to add it. If they did it, it probably wouldn't be any reason to buy it, because they did bump the price up to $399 instead of having it at $329 like the original iPad mini was. So the base model is $399. It has the new A7 chip, which is the same as the iPad Air, and I believe at the new iPhones. And it has a 10 hours of battery life, a 5 megapixel eyesight camera, silver and space gray colorways, and they didn't really announce when it's going to be available. And on the website it says currently unavailable when it says the date it will ship, but I believe that they said later in November, so you can look for that then. But that was all that they announced today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this little quick overview of what they announced. It's pretty cool what they can do, especially with the Mac Pros. If the price could be lower, it would be amazing. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like down below and leave some comments on anything you want to say. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Because I'm XXTECHISMASONxx.